In this video, we're going to be talking about the Wall of Reactance. We're going to talk about how you can tell if your ex is at the Wall of Reactance and what you can do at this particular stage. But first, my name is Clay with ModernLove.life, where we help you get the great loving relationship that you're looking for without having to play mind games, without having to play hard to get, and without having to pretend to be someone or something that you are not, because you deserve to be loved for the unique, amazing, and wonderful person that you are. And if you agree with me, do me a favor by giving this video a thumbs up so that we can send a message to YouTube that these are cool videos and that they should consider showing them to more people who might find them helpful. It does help this channel grow, so please hit that thumbs up button, and please also subscribe to this channel as well too, so that you do not miss future videos in this series. Also, in this series and in this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 stages your ex goes through in getting back together. This is, of course, something that we cover in great detail in our course called the Ex Solution Program. So if you want to learn more about that, there is a link for that down in the description box below this video. Okay, so one of the most common questions I get when I'm talking to someone is, okay, hey, I've seen your videos on the 5 stages of getting back together. First of all, if you don't know what those are and you somehow found this video anyway, there's a link to the 5 stages up there. Go ahead and check it out. It should bring you up to speed. But the most common question I get is probably, what stage is my ex at? So I've decided to put together this video series kind of exploring how you can tell what stage your ex is at. So in this video, we're going to be talking about the Wall of Reactance. And you're probably going to know if your ex is at the Wall of Reactance, but this might become more interesting as we get into some of the later stages. The Wall of Reactance, this is the first stage in those 5 stages. And just because it's the first stage, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to start here. In fact, many times I'll talk to people and they'll say, hey, you know, I think I just skipped Wall of Reactance or test drive, and we're like right now in riding the dragon. And that totally makes sense. I mean, in fact, if I had to estimate, I'd say probably after an initial breakup, most people's exes just kind of like find themselves right in the middle at that riding the dragon point, where they're like, did I make the right choice in breaking up? Maybe yes, maybe no, I don't know. But it's often the things that we do that, you know, maybe push them further and further and further into test drive or Wall of Reactance, okay? I mean, obviously, if you had a big dramatic breakup with like, you know, I can't believe you cheated on me or something, you might just end up right over there at Wall of Reactance. But most people, if I had to just make a big blanket statement, start at riding the dragon. But we'll get there when we get there. Right now we're talking about Wall of Reactance. So the Wall of Reactance is this place where we're talking about your ex's complete resistance towards interacting with you, okay? And this is obviously going to be characterized by them not talking to you, not acknowledging messages that you send to them, completely ignoring you, or if they do talk to you, they're just saying things like, you know, leave me alone, I don't ever want to talk to you again, how dare you talk to me right now, or things along these lines, okay? And this is not accompanied by some sort of warm aspect of their interaction, which could lead us to think that they're riding the dragon. But if it's just this like hard, door slam in your face kind of energy, then you are at the Wall of Reactance. Okay, so what is reactance? Let's go ahead and talk about that. This is a word that most people are not familiar with, but if I can kind of explain it to you in a certain way, it might make a little bit more sense. Reactance is the thought or the feeling that often comes with the idea that someone has an ulterior motive or a hidden agenda that is fundamentally out of alignment with what you want and what your agenda might be. So, for example, that could be, you know, someone who is trying to sell you a vacuum cleaner that you don't want door to door. Or that could be someone who's trying to twist your arm into doing something that you don't really want to do. Or that could be someone who is, you know, trying to, you know, basically get you to do something that doesn't seem to be in alignment with your own interests. Basically, we have this strong urge to pull away from that person. And so what we want to do is we want to recognize that if your ex is at this stage, Wall of Reactance, they are unfortunately feeling this kind of energy towards you. Okay, that is to say, at some point along the way, they have their own agenda of what they want. And, you know, most of the times it's like, okay, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I'm fed up with whatever was happening. I just want to, you know, go and live some separate thing in life. And then they think that you have this other agenda, most likely something like, I want to get back together. I want to fight for us. We can make this work, right? And so you see there's that kind of clash of agendas where they want space, they want distance, they don't want to talk to you, they want to go and live some other part of their life, and then you are still trying to fight for that relationship. And so what they're going to see in any kind of attempted interaction that you do, especially these big ones that people often make after a breakup, like promising that they've changed, saying that they'll continue to fight forever, begging for forgiveness, bending over backwards, all these sorts of things. It's going to show them that you have this agenda of trying to make things work that is out of alignment with what they want right now. And so what we want to do is we want to shift down our focus from trying to save the relationship, trying to make it work, and meeting them where they are at. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about this a little bit. So your ex is feeling like the two of you are just on two totally separate pages here. What we want to do is, many times if you do have that history of begging and pleading and saying that you're going to fight for the relationship and being, really relationship focused, what you want to do is you want to kind of shift down. Consider sending something like the Fresh Start method letter, or something like that, to sort of demonstrate to them, like, okay, I've had some time to think about this. I realize that you're right. That it totally makes sense. I totally understand why we broke up. How you're feeling is valid and important, and all of that stuff. Basically, you want to communicate these sorts of things. Probably not in those specific words, but you want to communicate that sort of sentiment to them in some way. That will hopefully disarm their reactance and show them that, like, okay, I see it. We're starting to get into some sort of agreement. And once that happens, then they can start to relax and actually start to interact with you a little bit. And you can actually get over that hump and move into the test drive, which is our next stage. But another thing that you might want to do as well, too, is, basically just kind of like pull in that energy. So, they're trying to push you away. And what you want to do is like pull it in. If you know anything about the Aikido philosophy, it's a martial art where you don't actually actively attack anyone. You actually wait for someone to attack you, and then you kind of pull in their attack and kind of redirect it. I was bullied a little bit when I was a kid, and so my mom enrolled me into Aikido, and so I kind of went through that whole process myself. But so I know at least a little bit, at least from a 7 or 8 year old's perspective. But that's kind of how you want to deal with this. So if your ex is kind of saying like, hey, yeah, I don't want to talk to you anymore, you want to take it in and say, yeah, you're right. I totally understand why you say that, and I think that absolutely makes sense. And then you can kind of redirect it and say, like, I totally agree. I think we should take a little bit of time off and maybe see where we're at in a month or something like that. And then, it could easily segue into no contact or something else. But, obviously at that point you can stack other techniques into that kind of moment in order to redirect it towards something else. But it obviously depends on the specificity of your situation. And so that is how you can tell if your ex is at the wall of reactance. Is there that strong pushing energy trying to create distance, and it's not accompanied by like a pull. It's not accompanied by some sort of warm behavior or some sort of confusion or anything like that. That would tell me more that this might be riding the dragon. But there's this very strong, like, I can't believe you did this. I'm upset at you. I'm mad at you. Don't ever talk to me again kind of energy. Either overtly told to you by, them actually saying something like that to you, or by them just kind of walling you out, not talking to you, not replying, not, engaging with you, and hoping that you'll kind of take a hint and give up after a while, give up after you get no response for a period of time, and then they can kind of feel kind of protected behind this wall. And so again, what you want to do is meet them where they're at emotionally, acknowledge how they feel, and then kind of guide them out of that towards something else, using something like the Fresh Start method, or potentially that sort of Aikido stance of just kind of pulling in their attack rather than kind of defending it or counter-attacking or justifying why the two of you would be so great together or anything like that. So anyway, this is the first part of a series on how to tell that your ex is at a particular stage in the 5 stages of getting back together. If you do like this video, help me out. Hit that thumbs up button. I think it's been scientifically studied that if you hit the thumbs up button on a video, it will help move your ex out of the wall of reactance. I'm just kidding, but you never know. It might help. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Do hit the thumbs up button, do subscribe, and if you do want to learn more about the X Solution program, there is that link down in the description box below. Please take care, and I'll talk to you next time. If you want to learn more about the 5 stages your ex is going through, please check out this video series over here, or you might want to check out this video right here. Please take care, thank you, and I'll talk to you next time.